What up, y'all? So, beware of Jezebel, right? These Jezebel females out here, right? That seek to try to rule and dominate men, right? There's a lot of Jezebels out here that seek to rule and dominate men, right? And the goal of Jezebel, right, is try to castrate men, right? That's what they do, right? So, Jezebel, right, they come around you, right? They come with the flattery, right? And they come around you for all these, that's what they do, right? They try to get under, even, in the leadership, right? Mostly females to try to get under the leader, right? And they do that, right? And, they're very cunning, right? So you just got to know how to, discern that when you see that going on, right? So, and this is why, there's a lot of them out here, right? And most of them, they're in the music industry, right? That's casting these spells on the people, right? So they cast these spells through their music, right? Do what they do, right? It's like their enchantments, right? Their spells that they cast through their music, right? And all they do, all that stuff, right? So there's a lot of witches out here that you gotta beware of and not keep company with them, right? So there's a lot of them out here, right? Whenever you start speaking, doing what you gotta do, there's gonna be a lot of Jezebels who's gonna try to, seek to dominate and try to, that's what they do, right? So they're very crafty, right? They're very cunning, very crafty what they do, right? And you gotta be aware of them, right? So when you spot Jezebel out, right, you gotta discern that. And this is why, Jehu, right, went against all those, those who read the scriptures, right? Jehu, right? How he was in the army, right? Doing the work, right? Doing what you gotta do, right? So you're in a war, right? So you're in a war, right? And you can't entangle yourselves with affairs what goes on, right? So when you're in a spiritual war, you can't entangle yourselves out here amongst those that's not even in the battle, right? So this is why we gotta beware of those that's out here that's not really in this battle, right? Those are just, watching but not partaking in the battle, right? So there's gonna be beware of Jezebel, right? And those who try to seek the rule, dominate men, right? Try to emotionally do all this stuff to you, right? Casting these spells, the enchantments, they do, right? So this is why you gotta be aware of that. There's a lot of witches that's out here, right? Casting these spells through their music, all that stuff that they do, right? So you gotta be aware of them, right? As they're growing, when you walk the journey. So appreciate everybody's watching the messages, man. Everybody take care and shalom.